Hey, welcome to video number 285. Check my list. 285 will Walker This Way with Hazel Walker, the queen of all things.
BNI and networking.
I am Mark Simmons.
You are?
I really am.
Okay.
Yeah, according to my agenda. Hey, speaking of the agenda, wow, what a great segue. That wasn't planned. So in BNI, we have an agenda. There's a meeting agenda.
Yeah.
There's 20 or 21 points on the agenda, depending on how you look at it. Members hear it every single week. Sometimes members go, can you change the agenda? Sometimes members change the agenda. We're like, yes. What are you doing?
They do.
Because BNI has a brand, and it's part of the BNI brand, the agenda. It's around the world, different languages, but it's the same.
And even if you walk into a chapter, I think, did you go to a chapter in Spain?
Went to a chapter in Spain where they didn't really even speak Spanish. They spoke Catalan. And I Google translated my presentation into Catalan, did a good job. But you knew where you were in the meeting because it looked and felt the same.
Right. It's the same flow, the same rhythm, the same everything, no matter what. I went to Israel and went to a Hebrew meeting, and they all spoke Hebrew, but I knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's the beauty of it. And it's and so why can't we change the agenda? Why can't members change the agenda or leadership teams change it? Why can't they change it?
Well, I'll just tell you what my mom used to say, because I told you not to. Do what I say.
Yeah. Okay, done. Well, thank you for watching Walker This Way.
The problem is that doesn't work with entrepreneurs. So like, well, now I really got to change it.
Yeah. First off, who's the agenda for?
Well, the agenda is two things. It's for the members to come in and deliver what they're looking for next week. That's important. But it's also for the visitors to get a feeling for what it's all about. And the one thing they give us feedback on is they love the structure. And it's that structured agenda that allows us to get done in 90 minutes. Follow the agenda, stick to the agenda. But then every now and then we get really creative people who are running the agenda, who are up front, PowerPoints and everything, and they just want to get creative with it. They want to move a few things around. And I remember one time I said, do not change you can't change the agenda. That is a hard and fast rule. Ivan Meisner will pick up the phone and call, did you change the agenda? That agenda has had a few things added to it over time, but for the most part it's flowing the same way for about 40 years. And I said, don't change the agenda. First thing one of my chapters did was go back, and they decided to change the agenda. And they were far enough away from me, it took me a little bit to catch on that they had changed it, but this is how they changed it. You would do your weekly presentation where you ask for referrals. And at the same time, you would do the I have portion. I have these, and I have these. These are this is, I asked for this, and now I have this. And so then they'd do a couple reports, and then it would be the feature presentation. And so the meeting was down to like an hour at the most. What do you think happened?
No idea.
No one stayed for the feature presentation. People left early. Like when we did all the things, people were leaving. And the feature presentation was like, what was the end of the meeting? So it just wasn't working. So I had to go in and get them back on track, right? Every aspect of that agenda has a hidden element, and it's in its place for a reason. It's in its place because it impacts visitors. It's in its place because this is where people are taking notes and asking, and this is where we're giving it. It flows perfectly. There are places in the agenda where you can have fun. Like you can have a fun education coordinator. You can have fun there. We used to have these little game things you could do, like look in the bag, and you look there would be a mirror in the bottom of the bag. Every member would look in the bag and have to explain how what they saw in the bottom of the bag impacted their business.
Yeah. It's like a meeting stimulant.
Yeah, the meeting stimulants.
Yeah.
And those were fine because but not every week.
No.
You do it like once every 6 weeks or so. The focus of the agenda is to generate referrals from your visitors, from your guests, from your members, to focus business coming in, but also to entice the visitors to see themselves as part of that meeting. and understand like, oh, this is very structured. I'm not going to waste my time. And it's what people love. They're like,
Yeah.
it's so structured. Every chapter I went to, it's just alike. Yeah, it's very
Right.
structured.
And I think another thing to keep in mind is your president, who is the meeting facilitator, only has a finite amount of time to run a meeting. They're at 90 minutes. And we know members, when they're sitting there over 90 minutes, they get kind of antsy. Probably because it's running over, because you've either gone over in your weekly presentations or you've added other things to the agenda, taking away the
Necessary.
president's ability to run it. We know sometimes to put in breaks. That's not in the agenda.
That's not in the agenda.
And other things. And so one of the messages we want to give out is, if you visit other chapters, you may see something in another chapter that's not happening in your chapter.
That's
It does not mean I'm going to go bring it back to my chapter and we should do it, because you don't know if it's working for the other chapter, if they're allowed to do it. So ideas are great. Check with your chapter consultants, or
especially when you're a brand new chapter.
especially when you're a brand new chapter. Yeah.
Especially with your brand new chapter and brand new presidents, right? They come in with
Yeah.
all these great ideas. There are ways to make the agenda more energetic and more fun. There are ways to mix the room up a little bit so everybody's not into a clique and things. There are things you can do,
Yeah.
right? But overall, it's not a change in the agenda.
Yeah.
We do want you to keep the fun in the fundamentals, but fundamentally, that agenda is a big part of the brand.
Yeah. All right. So key takeaway, the agenda is
The agenda.
the agenda is the agenda. Please don't change it.
That's all right.
All right, or I'll lose more hair if there is any. Okay, good stuff. Till next time, Hazel Walker.
See you then.
Bye.